Okay, so let's talk about these things, how these things are created, and basically where they are created, most importantly. Let's go one to one. The first and most important thing is basically scope management plan. What is the purpose? First of all, the purpose of all the plans is to tell how to do this thing, how to do that thing. Scope is
Okay.
all about how you are going to make project scope statement, how you are going to make work breakdown structure, and how you are going to make scope baselines. And if there is any kind of changes, how you are going to manage those changes. What are the tools or tolerance of the organization? Then requirement management plan is basically how you collect the requirement, how you make requirement documentation and requirement traceability metrics. That's all about requirement management plan. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have schedule management plan. Schedule management plan tells us which software we are going to use in the process, how we are going to do all the scheduling, maybe what is the tolerance of the organization, what critical path are we going to use, or are we going to use the critical chain method? What are the preferred preferences of organization? Also, a complex lesson learns within that. Then we
Okay.
have cost management plan that tells us how you are going to make cost, how you are, which techniques you are going to use, what finance history you have, which techniques have worked for you, what is the range of the organization, what is the tolerance of the organization, the threshold, what preferred currency you use. For example, since my most of the students are international, you have noticed that I am communicating in international currency, and you have
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
our audience, like people from, you are from Africa, we have people from Sri Lanka, and Mr. Jen was from Sri Lanka, he cleared the exam. Then we have people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, UAE, Australia, Germany, Switzerland, and
Wow.
all over the world. We have people. So we need to have a currency that is common to everyone. So in my cost management plan, we put dollar as a currency. Then quality management plan. Quality management plan is all about the standards you are going to follow. What is the cost benefit analysis? What are the benchmarking technique? All the plans do have lesson learned register in them. All the plans are made up of OPS, EEFs that tells us how these things are. Then of course, resource management plan, how you are going to manage the resource. What are the training management plan? How the team charter is going to build? What is resource histogram? All those things will be answered in the resource management plan. Then how you are going to do communication? What are the communication models, communication technology? How you identify the communication requirement? How you are going to manage with the stakeholders? How you are going to communicate, which format, or everything is done through communication management plan. Then we have risk management plan, how the risk are going to handle, what are the things in the risk, what are the risk threshold, risk appetite, what is your organization risk averse seeker, what is basically the nature of your organization. Then we work with the procurement management plan, how you,
In Rick's, we talk about something Rick's propensity or propensity.
proximity, prop
No, not
impunity,
proximity.
impunity, all these things are answered in the risk management plan.
Okay.
Okay, then we have procurement management plan. Who are the past suppliers? How you are going to manage them? What is the procurement strategy? Everything about the procurement we will have in the procurement. Then how you are going to manage the stakeholder engagement plan? Stakeholder engagement plan is all about the strategies that you utilize to manage your stakeholders. Then change management plan, all the changes, how you are going to manage the changes in the project is going to be answered by change management plan, and changes in the product will be answered by the configuration management plan. Then we get four baseline: scope baseline, schedule baseline, cost baseline, and combining all these three baselines as performance measurement baseline. Then we have project life cycle, which life cycle to use, how to use that, and development approach that tells us how development you are going to do. That's all about all the plans. You have any questions about the plans?
No.
Okay. Then we have 33 documents. Now let's see where do you,
Sorry. Sorry.
yeah.
Performance measurements baseline. How?
Performance measurement baseline.
Yeah.
You combine
Okay.
scope, schedule, cost into one baseline. You basically
Okay.
add
Okay.
them to measure them. That becomes your
Okay.
performance measurement baseline. Bio, very
Okay.
important concept to understand all these 18 plans or the part of project management plan you write and you get approved in a predictive environment from the sponsor or the stakeholders or change control board. So if you want to change anything in these plans, the change has to be raised and it has to be get approved for all
Okay.
these plans, including
Okay.
baselines. But for the
Okay.
documents, in order to update that, you don't need any kind of plan. You can update it yourself. That's sure.
Okay.
Okay. So when we break down a work package into smaller parts, in scheduling, we get activity list of all the activities, activity attributes, which describes those activities, their details, what are the dependencies, all those things. And we produce milestone list. Three things are produced: activity list of all activities, activity attributes linking the all activity, and milestone list explaining what are the big things that you need to do. Then
Okay.
these three things are clear. Then assumption log. When we are making project charter and the first step, we are also making assumption log that carries all the assumptions. Now, assumption is something which we have taken as yeah, positive or negative thing, as something good or bad can happen without any kind of fact. We have just assumed
Okay.
it. Okay. Then we have
Okay.
basis of estimates. Now we use basis of estimate at three times. We use in estimate activity duration, in scheduling, a- estimate activity resource, in resource when we are estimating, and estimate activity cost. Whatever the basis we have done, we use in basis of estimate, we write down there. Then for all the change request, we write the change request in change log. Okay, then we have cost estimates of cost forecast, what the forecast you are getting, duration estimates. You see, with the basis of estimates, we get three documents. In cost, we get cost estimate. In duration, we get duration estimate. Okay, so we also have resource estimates if we will get there. Okay, then we get any kind of issue. Now that's a very important thing to understand. If there is if there's a probability of something happening, then that's a risk that can be positive or negative. So you put the risk in the risk register. If the risk occurred, if something bad or good has occurred, you write down that in issue log.
True.
Once
Yeah.
the issue is resolved, you update the issue log. And once the
Okay.
issue log is updated, then you update lesson learned register. Then you
Okay.
update lesson learned register. And at the end of the project, you put the lesson learned register into lesson learned repository.
Repository.
Okay,
Yeah.
for the next
Okay.
projects. We have discussed milestone, physical resource assignment. So we get assignment for the physical resource when we acquire the resource. So we get the physical resource assignment. Project calendars basically tells us when we get the resource, what are the timings, what are the durations when we get the resource. Project communication. In managed communication, you get the project communication. All the communication happen through the project communication. The schedule of the project is basically project schedule, and the network diagram connecting all the activities finish to start is project schedule network diagram. Now, one of the most important document after project charter is project scope statement. It has the acceptable criteria, assumption, constraints, what you will do and what you not do. Everything is in the project scope statement. Then you have assignments of the team, detailed assignment in the project team assignment. According to the with the quality management plan and plan quality, you also create quality matrices. The KPIs, which matrices how you are going to measure, like CPI, cost performance index, SPS, schedule performance index. All these are matrices. And
Okay.
you also create quality reports to measure how the quality are going. Then in quality control, you also produce quality control measurements which you are measuring. When in requirement management plan, when we collect the requirement, basically we get two important document: requirement documentation that has detail of all the requirement, functional requirement, non-functional requirement, business requirement. All those requirements are in the requirement documentations, and a matrices that trace all the requirement from start till the end, showing the status, showing who, which stakeholder basically give that, what is the linkage to the project objective, what is the linkage to the project vision, is the requirement traceability matrix. Then we have a breakdown of resource, hierarchical breakdown of resource, like maybe technical, managerial, project management, what maybe manpower, machinery, material, all this type of resource breakdown is given in the resource breakdown structure. And one, when the resource will come, when the resource will not come, we will have resource calendar. The requirement that you need is being given by resource requirement. Risk register, list of all the risk with their ranking, with the responses, all those things are in the risk register. Risk register and stakeholder register are live document. Whenever a risk or stakeholder is identified, we, the first step is to add the stakeholder in the stakeholder register, risk in the risk register. Risk report is a weekly, monthly, bi-weekly report generated that tells us what are the risks have occurred, what can occur in the future, all those things. The schedule data, just like work performance data, the schedule data gives you the schedule information, which help you in understanding, comparing with the schedule baseline. Schedule forecast, how the schedule will occur. You get the forecast for cost and schedule to see how your schedule are going to do. So we have cost forecast and we have schedule forecast. Stakeholder register we discussed. Now with people becoming 42%, very important thing is team charter. With resource management plan, you make team charter which have ground rules, conflicts, decision, how you are going to manage all those things. And then you have test and evaluation document that is producing the quality to see what are the tests you are going to do and how you are going to evaluate. And that completes your all 18 plan and 33 documents.